With me today is Professor Lauren Schellenberger. She is the Vice President of Office Systems and Processes, Maricopa Community College District, as well as the Professor of Education at Northern Arizona University. Professor Schellenberger, I'd like to ask you a few questions. I want to know what your district is doing about the budget since the budget has been cut.
Well, a lot of things. So as you may know, is the state has decided to not give Maricopa or Pima Community College any state funding. This year they've taken us completely out of the state funding formula. So it did create some cuts, but we are looking at various things that we can do to keep expenses down but still be able to serve our students. So we're looking at things that can be consolidated. We're looking at ways to provide services that are less costly. We're also looking at, of course, increasing the number of students that come to us and stay with us, because then that builds up some tuition to kind of help offset expenses.
Good. So that's how you plan to increase the revenue.
Right, just to bring in some more students. Every year there's a conversation about whether or not we're going to increase tuition, whether we're going to increase property taxes, because those are our two main property or revenue streams. And that hasn't been decided for the next year yet. That goes to our board, they decide.
Okay. According to one of your reports, last year or the year before, Maricopa Community Colleges adds actually annually 7 point something billion to the local economy. You're not able to use some of that money towards community colleges instead of waiting for government funding.
Well, yes, because we do look for funds from outside sources. I'm glad you brought that up. So we look for funds from like grants and donations from organizations, partnerships, things like that. Currently, we have a $14 million campaign to raise money to serve our veterans. And it's basically a way to raise funds from various corporations, organizations, people to build a West Side Veteran Center and to do other things to improve and enhance service to our veteran students.
How about partnerships? One of your partnerships includes Starbucks. Are your students and is your department or any of the university within Maricopa Community Colleges or the colleges, any of them involved in the Starbucks partnership?
There, if I recall, the Starbucks partnership was a job connection partnership.
For 20 hours a week for each student.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that was yes. The almost all of the colleges were recruiting students to participate in that, and were part of that connection for that project.
So it wasn't just an ASU connection.
ASU has a different partnership with them.
Really?
So ASU and Starbucks pays for free tuition, pays tuition for students to go and finish their degrees at ASU. That's what Starbucks and the ASU partnership is. The partnership that we have with them is different.
Okay. Do you have any plans for tuition-free 2-year associate degree community college?
Not that I am aware of. That has not. I mean, it comes up. It's always discussed, but it's not something that.
Is it feasible in the nearest future or no?
I couldn't say. I don't see it happening anytime soon without having a different source of revenue, because we can't maintain what we do and not charge tuition.
Okay.
And our tuition is still very reasonable in comparison to when you look at some of the other costs of other kinds of higher ed in Arizona.
Okay.
Or other states for that matter.
So one of your